Doodaloo, 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 doodaloo.
It does kind of remind me of Wayne's World.
Yeah. This is what the fuck news. I wish I knew some musicians that could do like a heavy metal rock news intro and was like, this is what the fuck news or something like that. I wish I knew some people like that. Like if I had a music show and I interviewed artists or something.
I know. I was just going to say, it's like almost if you had a music show that you could interview people. But,
Yeah. If only. Anywho, maybe I'll have to start one.
Right? Yeah.
Anywho, happy Wednesday, fuckers. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. It is time for, excuse me, a little what the fuck news. It is a part of the Nonsensical Network. And if you're not already, go ahead and check us out. Give us a follow if you'd be so kind. We are everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. You can find us live Mondays through Sundays on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and now Rumble. We're swimming in the Rumble waters.
Yeah.
And you can listen to us anytime, any place, whenever, and however you would like. Wherever you listen to podcasts all at the Nonsensical Network, or simply go to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and share. Give us a share if you'd be so kind. And if you head on over to our bio.link, that has all of our links there, including the links to our merch store as well. We do have merch now. Some shirts and some hoodies and some hats and coffee cups and some stickers and all kinds of goodies for everybody. If you want to check that out, greatly appreciated. But anywho, it is Wednesday. It is what the fuck news. We'll go ahead and get right on into the shizzo here. First and foremost, we talked a little bit about it Monday. This is about the only sports we talk here on What the Fuck News. We're going to do a recap of our podcast fantasy league. Let me get into the league. Let me get into the scoreboard. We are in week 4 already. What's up, buddy?
I know.
Is Cash here?
He's in there somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. He can knock on the door. Or you can go in and say, hey, where's Cash? Week 3 matchups. We had Cam had the bye week against the Ham and Eggers. What up, motherfucker? Chris Technician. What's up, Chatters Box? And that's another thing. If you guys are watching this live, don't forget we do have the Chatters Box. It's always open. And you guys are more than welcome to join into the conversation or drop your 2 cents or whatever you'd like to do. The Chatters Box is always there for you if you would like. But as I said, Cam had a bye week. He went up against the Ham and Eggers. He did win, obviously. Derek went up against Connor, and Derek got his first win of the season. He beat Connor by a solid 20 points.
Nice.
Jeff went up against his nemesis, his arch rival.
And I got a message on Monday night from him with the scoreboard, and I was like, "Yeah, calm down. It's one fucking game."
And you took a proper beat down.
I did, but you know what? I did everything I could not to, and I still got.
So you know what? Sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes players just don't play. Play to their potential. We have no control over it. But you did take the biggest beat down of the week. You lost by just shy of 30 points. Yeah. And then yours truly, I took my first L of the season as well. I lost by 12 to Justin. I just had a couple guys. And we'll talk more about this on Sunday on Unnecessary Roughness. Not only did I take an L this week in fantasy football, But I took an L. I took a massive L in picks this week. I did great in college when I was just fucking around and making the craziest picks I could think of. I did great in college football. However, on Thirsty Thursday, Another Shot podcast, their Thursday night show that they do. But I think I haven't looked at the last time I looked at the picks. I was like 1-12.
Yeah.
And I don't think it got any better. Oh man, it was a wild weekend. I lost by 12. I'm not upset. I had a lot of injuries on my squad. I got bit by the injury bug this season in fantasy football across the board. I'm in 3 leagues, and all 3 leagues I got bit by the injury bug. So that's what kind of did me in this week. The current standings in our league. Connor. Now there is a 5-way tie.
Yeah, I see that.
And between Connor, Brian, Cam, Justin, and myself, we're all 2-1. And then we have our bottom feeders at 1 and 2, Derek Wayne and Jeffrey.
Well,
now, as we said,
I have a strategy here, though. I have a strategy. I'm falling back for a more dramatic take of the lead. I'm doing this on purpose.
We have 11 more weeks. That was only week 3. We've got 11 more weeks. We've got a lot of football to be played, a lot of fantasy football to be played. I have a feeling, after this past week's debacle, I'm going to bounce back, and I'll be back in my normal form, kicking ass, taking names, and we're doing closed coffin funerals for everybody I beat down because it's going to be so bad.
Well, like I said, I'm falling back for a dramatic lead in the end. But do we want to? I mean, you want to go ahead and go over who's going up against who this week?
We got our week 4 matchups. Is Brian and myself going up head to head. That'll.
I don't root for you often, but this week I have to.
I haven't even looked at fantasy football yet this week. I need to look at my lineup. I need to.
I looked at it right before the show.
who's hurt? So Brian and Glick going up. This is gonna definitely break up that 5-way tie for first place. Justin's got a bye week. He's playing the Ham and Eggers, so he'll easily move into 3-1. Cam versus Derek. We'll see if Derek can get another win and get some 2-2s up in here. And unfortunately, you're going against the big dog in the league 3 weeks in. You're going up against Connor, and not that projections matter. It's a 3-point game between you and Connor. Connor's got the slight edge. 4-point game between Derek and Cam, and Derek's got a slight edge. Justin's on a bye week. We won't worry about that. And the biggest deficit in the projections is Brian and me. Brian's projected to beat me by 14 points.
Yeah.
So
now prior to the show, I
haven't even looked at. I'll look at them tomorrow. I'll start.
I did do some horse trading before the show, and I traded up some players. As of right now, I have nobody on the questionable list where it looks like Connor had 1. Well, he's got 2 technically if you count his bench. But right now, I changed up my defense too. I don't know if it was a good idea, but projection wise, it was better. Because I have to be honest, I kind of go off of my projections because I don't know any better. Because I'm not going to actually watch the games. So I was at 120, so I was able to gain 6.9 points by changing some things up. I mean, I don't know if it's good trades or bad, but what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Trying to get my
I mean,
numbers up.
what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do?
Because let's be honest, you guys are biased about every player in one way or in one form or another. And that's not a bad thing. You know, you have your favorites and all that stuff. But I'm counting on a shocker coming in, you know, where, you know, whoever I have somewhere or another, Mexican Coke rocks. Whoever I have in my lineup just, you know, knocks out 50 points themselves. That way I can laugh at you all at the end of the season.
Well, I mean,
I'm calling it
one
now.
game.
If it doesn't happen, here's my plan. I'm calling it now that I will win. But if I don't, there's zero pressure because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So if I call it now, I'm a genius. And if I call it now and it doesn't happen, it's just Jeff. He doesn't know sports. So you know, I know I can make bad calls, but I can't make a bad prediction because I don't know any better.
Yeah, I'm looking at my my roster. This is on the bench. I've got IR out until week 6. Nick Chubb, David Njoku questionable, Joe Mixon questionable, Christian McCaffrey he's on the IR, and George Kittle is questionable. So I mean, I had to you know, I had to scrape together. I had to scrape something together because last week most of those guys were out, so I had to really scrounge up last week.
I had to. I still can't pull the trigger on putting Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback because all you guys do is say that he never fucking plays, although he's still on my bench.
He plays every week.
But we'll see. Last year you said he played like 3 games, but I made Tony proud. Well, he would if he actually looked at my roster. I put New York Giants quarterback as my quarterback this week. Because he was projected at 18.2 points. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Compared to Mahomes' 17. So I was like, yeah, okay. My main concern when I pick a roster comes down to I don't want anybody questionable, I don't want anybody injured, and I don't want anybody on bye week. After that, I don't care. Because if I put those people on my line in my roster and something goes wrong, that's my fuck up, not theirs.
And you don't pay enough attention to when games are played or shit, I do need to check that for tomorrow. You know, and you're definitely not paying attention to injury reports where I check mine Thursday night if I've got any potential players playing Thursday night, and then I'm checking mine again Sunday before the 1:00 game just to make sure because they'll go questionable all week long, and then game day they'll be 15 minutes before the game they'll rule them either out or in.
Right. You know? Well, and which is good for the player because at the end of the day, if they're like, yeah, I don't think I can put weight on it or whatever, you know. So which makes sense. But yeah, I don't pay attention to that shit. I literally set mine on Wednesday, and then next Wednesday I check it. I'm like, oh look, I won. Oh look, I lost. What are you gonna do? You know, I occasionally check see what my score is, but I don't. It's not like I'm flicking through the TV. Where's the fucking game? I don't care. I'm here because I'm watching
the yeah. I mean, you got to be. You're a co-creator of the. You're the co-founder with me.
Exactly. So I'm forced to be here, so I have to be here. But that's not. I'm not saying I'm taking it lightly. But if I lose, it's not a big deal because I don't know what I'm doing. But if I win, I get to rub it in all your faces.
You're like Marshawn Lynch back in the day when he would show up for the post-show interviews with the media. And they would ask him questions. He was like, "I'm just here so I don't get fined," because he hated doing the post-show or the post-game interviews. but they would find
Right.
him if he didn't show up. So that was the answer to every question. They'd be like, "So Marshawn, you rushed for 145 yards today and 3 touchdowns. How does that feel?" "I'm just here so I don't get fined." "Hey, Marshawn,
Basically,
Marshawn, you guys, you won a big game today. How's it feel?" "Oh, well, I'm just here so I don't get fined." "You think they should have ran more rushing plays?" "I'm here so I don't get fined."
I'm just
Like, dick move, but funny nonetheless.
But in that same realm of news of the fantasy football, I made something that if I can get some cash together, we and it'll probably be next year, but I made something, and I'm going to share my screen real quick, that if I can get my 3D printer, I will print this and send it to the winner. It is the, whatever trophy this is, but it does say Nonsensical Network Fantasy Football winner.
You need to get you need to put
like
slots
I'm gonna put slots for next year's. Yeah, that's something.
So we can slide
do.
every year's winner. So like the Stanley Cup or whatever has
what
like
I'll
all
do
the
is
previous year's winners and stuff on it.
I could actually take the.
What up, Benj?
I can take this stuff and put it up top. Oh, I just moved it. But yeah, I can play with it and move this stuff. So it's like I can put the Nonsensical Network, Fantasy Football. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, I moved the whole thing.
Nice. While we're talking about football real quick.
Yeah.
And it is kind of like, what the fuck, man? Holy shit. Hall of Fame quarterback, legendary NFL quarterback, Super Bowl winner quarterback, Brett Favre was just recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He was speaking in front of Congress, doing some congressional hearing or something like that. And he came out with he was just recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And they're already looking into the if CTEs have anything to do with causing Parkinson's disease.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he takes the hits, right?
Yeah, and as we all know, CTEs are a big deal in football. Obviously, those guys are basically in multiple car collisions every Sunday. Yeah, right, Benj?
Oh, yeah,
I definitely think so. I mean, the CTA or CTEs have been related to a lot of things. Junior Seau, former player for the San Diego Chargers, he unalived himself a few years back, and when they opened up his brain, but dude, it was a hot mess with the CTEs and everything like that. So
yeah, that's why I don't play professional sports.
Yes, that's exactly why you don't. That's why.
Other than that, I would make Tom Brady look like a beginner. Just saying. Yeah, I'm lying.
Oh yeah, what position does Tom Brady play again?
He's a quarterback. I knew that. You know why I know he's a quarterback? Because he's the famous one.
What sport does he play again?
He plays baseball, right? No, you don't know why I know why Tom Brady is a quarterback? Because he was in the movie Ted 2, and he threw a perfect Yes, that's true. He is an announcer too. So yeah.
Yeah, he is an announcer now. And you know what? I don't give a damn what anybody says. I think he does a good job. I enjoy listening to him. That is a complete biased opinion. I understand. I know I love the man, and he can do no wrong, in my opinion, outside of playing for the stupid Patriots. That's the only thing he's ever done wrong. But nonetheless, I like him as an announcer. I love former athletes as announcers, especially guys that are fresh out of the league, because
and they know what they're talking about because they've lived it. Like if you put somebody as me as an announcer, I'm like, somebody's got the ball. I don't know which side.
Well, not only that, but
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. What's cool about the former quarterbacks, like when Tony Romo first came out when he first retired and was doing broadcasting and whatnot. Dude would break it down, man. He'd be like, all right, the offense is lined up. This is the play they're going to run. The defense is lined up like this. And he was like predicting plays. And he was damn near spot on every time.
Greatest football announcer of all time, former player, John fucking Madden. That dude, I don't watch football, but, if they start putting John Madden announcing things in movies about football, you're like, you know what? Props.
I love John Madden. I love John Madden, but he is the king of Captain Obvious.
Yeah, but for good reason.
The team that scores the most today, they're going to win. Really, John? Is that how this works?
Well, they break it down for people like me because I confuse football with golf a lot. I'm like, wait a minute, more points mean you win? Oh shit! Well, there you go. No wonder why.
Dinner report. I think Nikki is making Big Mac tater tot chos.
She's making Big Mac salads. I finally fucking watching the TikToks I send her. I send her food all the time. I'm always worried that you're eating.
No,
according to her, anyways. Do you think I don't feed him? I'm like, oh, I'm just checking.
No, it's like a Big Mac. It's like a Big Mac tater tot casserole or something like that. Oh,
nice. I had fucking badass Cuban torta.
Benji, as much as I love Greg Olson, and I loved him as a player, I loved him in the booth. I'll be 100% honest with you. A retarded chimp could do just as good, if not a better job than Greg Olson.
I can do it. That just
I love Greg Olson. And I thought he was good. He was entertaining. What's he doing now? College or something like that?
I'm just saying. Big Macs in Mexico are actually really good. I'm just saying, if I strike billions,
I was gonna say a Big Mac.
No. Because oddly enough, when I first moved here, the first place I went to eat because I didn't know what I would like, I went to McDonald's, and the burgers at McDonald's when I first moved here tasted a lot like they had way too much pepper on them. Like it was like biting into a pepper shaker. No, they're usually cow, like from the bull ring. So they're usually bulls from the fighting ring.
Benji, how could you be wrong twice in the same sentence? That's a new one, but congratulations, you did it. There's our weekly recap and food.
That's our sports.
No, I love Greg Olson. I thought he was great in the booth. I thought he was very I thought Greg was very entertaining. Very knowledgeable. Out with the old, in with the new. Let the king do his thing.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like you got to keep it up to date. Like John Madden, as good as John Madden, I think he was, anyways. It's like I don't remember ever watching the dude play.
He was a great coach. He was a great commentator, but no, like I said, I was excited to see.
You got to keep it up to date. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady's.
I like seeing Brady in the booth.
He's got shit to do. He can win an Emmy.
He can win an ESPY.
Whatever. Sure.
It's ESPN awards thing. I don't know if they give Emmys away for sports commentating.
Well, that's what Dan Marino said in Little Nicky.
Dan Marino also fucked.
He tried to sell.
Dan Marino also fucked Ray Finkel over. Yeah, he also fucked Ray Finkel over and sold isotoner gloves.
That's a sin right there.
Yeah. And he got in Ace's personal business.
I'm just saying that's where I got the reference from. So it's like I thought that was a thing. So Is there really? I know there's a
I did hear something about
Happy
that.
Gilmore 2.
Yeah,
I know
there's a
Happy Gilmore 2 is like everybody signed on too. That's the big news. Blaze and I were talking about the other day for Nonsense and Chill. We were talking about movies that we watched the original before the new one comes out, then we watch the new one to do a review on. And we were discussing which Adam Sandler movies are going to be remade or sequelized or even remade, and that conversation came up. And I know the chick who played Virginia Vaughn from Happy Gilmore, she's signed on mainly because she ain't working right now because she was on Modern Family. And then Shooter McGavin, he's coming back. And then, of course, Adam. I don't know who else is also signed on, but
I hear they're bringing Barker. I hear they're bringing Bob Barker back from the dead.
Zombie style. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that Netflix deal to fucking, he's got to crank out those movies. He's got to put out like 2 a year. But there's a couple of those movies that weren't bad either.
Yeah, I can't remember how many movies it was, but yeah, I mean.
Well, like, did you see that Wrong Missy movie with David Spade?
Yeah.
The Wrong Missy? That movie fucking, I laughed my ass off, dude.
Yeah, that was
about a tub.
Before we take our no, I like that one. I like the I was never a huge Sandler fan. I liked Waterboy, liked Little Nicky, I liked Big Daddy. Happy Madison Billy Madison was it was all right.
It's hard to watch. It's hard to rewatch. It hasn't aged well.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. I know it's one of the bigger movies. It was all right. I watched it. I laughed. I chuckled a few times.
I like the grown up movies.
But I couldn't get into the.
I enjoyed
it was just like I'm just gonna make a couple movies so that I'm just gonna make a couple movies so my friends will have something to do because ain't none of them really working right now.
Well, isn't that kind of like what we did? We started a podcast network so our friends could have podcasts too. I'm just saying, we are the Adam Sandler of podcasting. Calling it. I don't know if it's your internet or mine, but somebody is freezing up. I can't tell if it's mine or not. I can't tell. I have to actually go onto YouTube and check. Oh. Hit the wrong button. Is that your internet or mine?
I don't know what's going on with mine. Mine's all crazy over here.
Okay, so it's yours.
Yeah, I think it's mine.
Yeah. But yeah, let's well, since you're having internet issues, what song do you have prepared for us for our little break, sir?
I think I should be good now. I think I should be good. Yeah, I think they're a little late on that. Before we go to break real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Brody. Last night was a first for Glick's House of Music. We went worldwide. We are international now.
Woo!
I had a guest on from New Zealand, Brody. One hell of a kid. One hell of a kid with a wild story, man, and a super inspirational story. Like, he'd have been a good guest on Monday night, but it just so happens that he's a musician. It was a last minute fill in. Unfortunately, Jay had to reschedule. And Brody was a last minute fill in. We worked through some technical difficulties. I don't know if it was because he was in New Zealand and I'm over here, but we had a little bit of a delay. Maybe it was an internet thing, but it was a good conversation, and I like what he's doing, man, and I like his story, and I like the positivity. He definitely had an inspirational story to say. check him out. We'll be playing some of his music. I think he's going to find a home on Monday nights as far as music goes.
Nice.
But we'll be playing some of his music. And we just talked about this Monday night. Breaking news that's going to make Jeff go, "What the fuck are you doing, Glick?" Because we just had this conversation about my plate overflowing. I'm going to start a newer, shorter show. I'm going to do reviews and reactions of the artists that I have on my shows when they drop new albums.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God, I think it's going to start raining.
Yeah.
I think. Check my radar here real quick. But yeah, and I'm gonna do that sometime this week, and I'm gonna do my first one. I'm gonna react to James Luker's new album that he just dropped.
That's the one we were listening to on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. Do I take my stuff inside, or do I tempt fate?
I played that game a lot when I used to do the show outside, and it's like it's a fine line between how fast can I get this shit inside and how fast can the water ruin my shit.
Yeah, exactly. But no, let's take our first real quick break of the night. We're gonna let's listen to you know what, let's start off with a little Derek Wayne Douglas with Madman off of his newest album, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. I'm gonna take all my shit inside.
Maybe my last dance. This could be the last chance to take you inside the mind of a madman. This could be my last thing. One last glance through the eyes of a madman. Yo, thanks for digging up my past, fam. But I just stepped outside to put these feelings in a trash can. So I could kill is what you think about me. I had my fair measure misses to make you think about me. Now let me think about it. If you just talking you could keep that stain from around me. A piece from your mind. No thanks, I found it. Not trying to keep with the times. Too busy chasing mountains. I got my feet in the climb. I've got these waves surmounted as they surround me. I thank my saving grace that found me. I never cave when drowning. Look at the places around me. Now when they crowd me, they waiting for the kings to crown me. So they can climb it, take my bounty with their faces frowning. And I ain't even think about it, now I think about it. It was they who died it. When I stay by it, I think I sing about it. See, that's the thing. Maybe about my last dance. This could be the last chance to take you inside the mind of a madman. This could be my last thing. One last glance through the eyes of a madman. No, I can't help the feelings I felt. Look at myself in the mirror, I'm feeling nearer to death. Depression, regret, and fear I kept on the shelf. For years I slept on myself, but now I'm here for the belt. Been fighting my own battles, not liking myself. I point the finger back at them so I can hide from myself. Why do I lie to myself? Yes, why can't I help it? Why am I selfish? Let's admit that it's my pride and I felt it. Maybe my last dance. This could be the last chance to take you inside the mind of a madman. This could be my last thing. One last glance through the eyes of a madman. Maybe my last dance. One last dance. My last chance. One last glance through the eyes of a madman.
Well.
There it is. I like that. He's still moving around. So I'm gonna mute you while you go ahead and finish setting up, and I'll just kind of vamp. I do like that song. he's still setting up his equipment. But yeah, welcome
You
back,
can go into
everybody,
your
to
first
What
story
the
if you
Fuck
want.
News. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to
After
do
you-
an
after
intro,
you-
but okay.
Well, yeah, after you do the intro and stuff, you want to go ahead and go back into or go into your first story. That's cool.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody, to What the Fuck News. It is kind of a weird day considering he's getting weather. I have weather issues. So wish us all luck. We are, of course, on the Nonsensical Network. bio.link/Nonsensical Network. You can find everything, including our merch, which I'm going to drop our merch link here as well. nonsensical-nonsense.myspreadshop.com, where you can find our hats, our t-shirts, the whole 9 yards. And I hit the wrong button. But yeah, we do have a show for every day of the week. Mondays is Men Caring for Men. Tuesdays is Glick's House of Music. I forgot there for a second. Wednesdays is this show, of course, What the Fuck News. Thursdays is, of course, every other Thursday, is Cash's Corner, the wrestling podcast. And then Fridays is either one of the two of either Nonsense and Chill or Whose Argument Is It Anyways? And then Saturday is our open door challenge of Nonsensical Nonsense, where you can actually come in and join us and talk whatever you want to talk about. Sundays is once we get back on board, Jeff's Garage and an Unnecessary Roughness, the sports show. But there he is. He's back as he's playing with his phone. I do have a interesting story. And so a family in Kentucky, children's are trying to touch my phone. A family in Kentucky, a couple, they're getting ready to go on vacation. This is back in Labor Day. They're getting ready to go on vacation. They're like, you know what? Let's not go. And I quote, and I have to quote the husband. Let me bring it up here because I found it funny. The husband said, and I quote, "I just wanted to watch football." So they stopped at the local Kroger on the way home. You know, they're in Louisville, Kentucky. And on the way home, they stopped and got a scratch-off lotto ticket. And they arrived home, divided up. Well, they bought a couple of scratch-offs, it looks like. They divided up the tickets between two of them. And he wanted to scratch the 500X ticket. So the wife was like, yeah, okay. So he scratched it off, and he ended up winning $50,000. Mainly because he wanted to watch football. So I wanted to mention that because there is something to be said about watching football, I guess. You know, I mean, if he didn't want to watch football, somebody else would have got that scratch off, and he wouldn't have won. Poor bastard. But he did win. You're muted, by the way.
I'm muted. I just said that to myself. Watching foosball isn't all bad.
Yeah, apparently. Well, I bet you his wife isn't mad. She's like, you can watch football whenever you want. We'll even get you a bigger TV, because him not wanting to go camping, which is the original plan for them, and them, he's like, I don't want to fucking go camping. I just want to go watch football. And she's like, you know what? Okay, let's do that. So he turned around. They came home. On the way back, they stopped, got the lotto tickets, and they won 50 G's. I mean, that's a problem solver. They technically killed two birds with one stone with that one, because they didn't have to go camping. Not that I have anything wrong with camping, but they were going to a campsite. They're going to like a campsite. That's not camping.
Yeah.
That's a designated parking spot that you sit for a weekend.
No, I mean, if you're going, you can't say it's not camping. You know, like if I go to Yosemite, you know, what you just said, technically we're going to a designated parking spot, but I'm still camping in Yosemite because
I see where you're going there.
It's not like we drive down the road and go and stop at a rest stop and just pull in and be like, all right, pitch our tents right here, kids.
No, but like if I want to go camping, I'll go out in the middle of the fucking woods with a tent.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's like my parents. When I was growing up, they had they bought into the what is that? That little pyramid scheme when you buy in to like hotels and
Timeshare.
Yeah, I think they had like a timeshare, something with Saltport or whatever. But we would go all the time, so they definitely got their money's worth. But they had a spot where if you had a camper or whatever, you could bring your camper in. They also had cabins, and they had a primitive site. We always got cabins, but a lot of times, at least one or two of the nights, because you had your summer friends there, we would go to the primitive site, pitch tents or whatever.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So definitely still camping. I mean, it's not like years ago. For Austin's 4th birthday, she wanted to go camping, and one of the guys I worked with had some property down in Bigfoot country, down by Coshocton. Mm-hmm. And he had this little cabin, but you went down this big hill and he had a whole plot of land and it was right on the river. And we just took big ass fucking tents and pitched tents and built fire, had a big fire.
But I think his big complaint is like mine. If I'm camping, as soon as the sun's up, I'm up because I'm outside and now I'm awake. And
it's also
making that first cup of coffee over a fire is like, fuck. I'd rather fuck this. I'm with him. I'd rather go watch football.
But I love camping and I don't drink coffee as long as the cooler is cold and I can grab a Pepsi out of it first thing in the morning. That's my call.
No, I get that.
But
I think his thought was like, this is gonna be a whole weekend. Me and her, she's gonna argue. We're gonna argue. We gotta figure out what we're gonna eat. We gotta cook. And fuck that. Let's go home, watch Netflix and football.
I mean, but it's also 2024. Yeah, it's also 2024, bro. You can watch football on your phone.
Agreed.
At the campsite.
And I'm sure she gave him that option, and he's like, "Nah, I got a big ass TV at home."
And the great thing about it, newer cars for like the last 10 years, I think,
have Wi-Fi hotspots.
Yeah, have Wi-Fi hotspots on them. And I tell you what, I used mine on my cruise one time when we were at my sister's cabin. My sister had a cabin that was right up the road from her buddies, and we went out there. I took the kids out there shortly after the ex-fiance.
So what you're saying right now is that if you and I were going to go camping, we would end up losing $50,000 because you're convincing me to go camping instead of stay home, watch football, and get scratched off.
We could still stop and get scratch-offs on the way there.
Costing me money, Glick. You're costing me money, damn it.
We can still get scratch-offs if you really want to on the way there. I'm just saying, there's no rule that says you're not allowed to play lottery when you're camping.
That's my other thing. It's like, they could have still gone camping. We won $50,000. Let's go fucking camping. Because when we get home, we ain't got shit to worry about.
And that's the other thing.
It's not like you pick up the money until Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't want to go camping. You wanted to go watch football. Okay. Cool. Well, now you $50,000 richer. Take a week off work and camp Monday through Friday. And then get home by Saturday, and then you can watch college and you can watch NFL. Not that $50,000 is
you're not retiring
for life. Yeah, but I mean that's.
But you can take that vacation you've been wanting to. You can take that PTO you've been saving up. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of, out of all the troubling times that we all have right now with all the crap going on in the world, I thought that was kind of cute. Speaking of troubling times, New York. What the fuck is wrong with people in New York? And the reason why I say what the fuck, I'm going to read you the headline, and then I have a little insight on this. Police say a pair took a New York City subway train for a joyride. Then they crashed it. And one of the two of them was arrested. So these two teenage girls went down to the subway system in New York, and they found a train that was not operational. You know, it was sitting on the side tracks, you know, whatever. And they somehow got it working. Literally, it said somehow got it working. And then they took it for like a 12-minute joyride, and then slammed into another train, got off, and ran away. And one of them was wearing, and this is where I find it funny, surveillance photos released by the New York NYPD on Tuesday show that one person dressed in all pink, including a pink shower cap, and the other in a blue tank top. This chick didn't even decide to dry her hair. She's like,
well, they wear the shower caps when they get their hair done.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, she's got earrings on and everything. I'll show you all the picture here. And it's like, it's not the greatest picture.
I was going to say, you know, I always assumed, but I guess apparently I'm wrong. Again, I've never been on a subway. I just assumed that a subway train would be a little bit more complicated to drive. I mean, obviously, you know, it's not hard to drive it once you get it going because it's just on tracks. You know what I mean?
It's not like you got to steer, right?
Yeah, it's not like you're steering.
To get it started and up and running, that's not an easy
I figured
feat.
it'd be.
And, you know, I've never been on New York City subways, but I've been on the Mexico City subway train, and they're basically the same thing.
Apparently, just hit a button and push a lever.
Yeah, there they are. That's them. I mean, but yeah, I mean it. And okay, so I have questions. A, why is this train unattended? And B, why is it two teenagers going to start it? Which means you and I would be able to take it for miles. Because we you know, we have a little bit of engineering knowledge, so to speak.
We would be lucky to get 200 feet because you're going to be like, I bet this some bitch will do 100 miles an hour and try to just crank everything.
Hey, Keanu Reeves shit. And I'm going to make it for the track.
Yeah.
Like, you ever seen Speed, Chris?
Yeah, we would be off the rails, literally.
First curve.
Within 500 feet, we're just laying on the side going, well, because that was fun while it lasted.
Let's get out of here. Get in the truck. Let's go.
This is the last time I listened to one of your ideas, Jeff.
Just saying, it was fun while it lasted. But my question is, why is this train unattended? Like they have rail workers, you know, like in the rail yard where it's like, if you're a normal cat, you just can't walk in there.
I mean, I know they've got like Metro PD and stuff like that. I mean, I can't even pretend to give you the answers. I've never been on a subway. I've been to New York and I've seen the subway entrances.
Right.
But I was too busy looking for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Amen to that. No, every time, no matter what, every time we're in Mexico City, I love the convenience of the subway, but the subway freaks me out. I've seen too many movies where it's like they went into the subway system and they never came out. Yep, I'm not going.
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if much like the police department, where most of them are just like, fuck it, we're not doing our job anymore because we can't do our job because when we do our job, you fuckers want to fire us and sue us and every damn thing else.
We're going to let the criminal go anyways.
Yeah, and New York City's crime rate is through
the roof.
Insane these days. I feel bad for anybody who has to live out there or has to travel to the city or work in the city or anything like that, because I know like one of the stations I listen to, they're out of Staten Island. What's the other island?
Staten Island, and then Jersey's technically an island. Not Staten
No,
Island.
it's
Long Island. Long Island.
yeah. I think they're. I can't remember. I don't remember if they're out of Staten Island or Long Island. I can't remember. But they're out of there, and they were talking. The guys on the radio station there or on their show, they were talking a couple months back that they all went out for like fancy dinner and all that stuff, and they were down like Broadway and shit like that, and there was just fentanyl zombies everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so we've discussed this before that like my ex and I used to watch Sex and the City. That show made me want to go to New York. But then you watch the news now, like back in the 90s when that show was on the air, I would have totally gone to New York. Now, you won't get me within 100 miles of New York.
That's what I said. I've been there a couple of times. It's nice to visit. It was nice to visit. I don't know how people live there. I don't know how people survive in New York, man. The taxes are. I feel bad for anybody who lives up there because, I mean, you can't survive off of $20 an hour working at McDonald's or I don't know how people
you
make
can.
it work.
You just have to have 40 people in a room for an apartment.
Yeah. And I know Jay. Yeah. I know like Jay, Monkey Man Jay, Jason, NYC, he's a realtor out there. And back when him and I used to talk, he would send me
listings,
pictures and stuff of houses listings. And he'd be like, how much you think this one's going for? And I'm like, oh, dude, I don't know. And it would be like something smaller than what I have right now, going for like $3 million, $4 million. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I could not live in a big city. I just can't do it. Like you said, I'll visit. Like when we go to Mexico City, I love going to Mexico City. But after about 3 days, I'm like, can we go home? There's too many people here. There's, you turn around once, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm lost. And everything looks the same. Just a bunch of fucking skyscrapers. I can't do it. But let's head on down to Florida because I have one Florida man story.
Florida man.
So Florida man, he almost died. Take a guess why he almost died.
Because he's Florida man?
Well, he was in his home. I'll give you that hint.
Barricade in his house.
Well,
and I'm trying to find out.
Did he die in similar fashion of the guys who host talking shit?
No. Well, I'll give you a hint on what caused the almost death. Is he did have a heart attack, but what circumstances were happening why he had a mild heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Florida. So a Florida man almost died while getting a lap dance from his housekeeper. The incident happened in Tampa, close to St. Petersburg area. And the woman by the name of, there's a picture. Hold on. I got to see this. Took to her TikTok to recap one of the most traumatic experiences. She's a topless maid who makes $300 an hour cleaning houses. And it says, I'm sure she has all types of clients, but her favorite client almost died on her. Sammy, which is her name, says she was cleaning his home and she was paid extra to give him a lap dance. What happens next is something she never thought she would experience.
He almost died of a heart attack.
And so apparently he got overly excited. I got her TikTok buddy. Is this the video?
Release the footage.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and share my.
What's going on, Rich?
See,
yeah, man. Little break time raid.
This is her.
this stuff. You would? That's what I thought. My day started bright and early at 4 a.m. Got to the client's house at 5 a.m. I'm a topless maid, so I cleaned their house topless for 2 hours. Now, why did this client want me there so early? Well, because that's the only time that they're available. This client is a doctor and works at night and sleeps all day. The days he's off, he's with his children.
Not be
he's not
this
married,
guy.
not anymore at least. He gets off at 4:30 a.m., so he stays awake a couple hours after his shift to watch me clean. I've had this client for a couple months now. I fucking love him. He's the only client I will get up that fucking early for. And he also leaves me a hefty tip every single time of $1,000. I made $1,600 at that first house. And by that time, the sun is peeking its beautiful face in the sky. I grab some coffee.
I'm gonna go do topless housekeeping.
Right? They are a lovely lesbian couple. I do backyard landscaping for them. Topless, of course. They got a fence high enough, nobody can see in, so don't worry. I also cleaned their pool as well. I was there for 2 hours, made $800. It's brunch time around this point, and that is my next client. I go and sit down at first watch.
So that's her. It doesn't really say his age. Oh, unfortunately he was in his 70s. I mean,
oh wow, there's topless maids. Oh wow.
Oh wait, I found her telling the story.
Yeah,
I found her telling the story. If you'd like to see it.
I don't think I'm paying somebody. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no,
you know
I'm
what?
Good. I don't think I'm paying somebody $1,600 just to be topless to clean my house.
Yeah, you know what? I have the internet.
I mean,
I can see almost anybody topless. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you could type in French maid topless.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom. Hell, hey, if you go to AI will create it for you.
Yeah. You could literally put her face on an AI if I wanted to. But yeah, $1,600 at one location.
I ain't
Bitch,
mad at
for
her.
$1,600, you better build me a house.
I ain't mad at her. I'm not gonna knock her hustle. Do your thing, girl. You know, no shame. You know, like do your thing, do your hustle.
I just figured it out. Like we're gonna do bottomless. We're gonna do bottomless rent a husband. Where we're
gonna go into.
We just go bottomless.
Speedo.
Yeah, I could imagine.
You know, ladies call you like, I need a curtain hung up. I got you. I'm the bottomless handyman. $1,600, baby.
You get an ARP discount. You might have to look into that, Rich. Get on your old Google box and give it a search. No, I'm not mad at her, but I'm not also not dropping.
I'm not hiring her. I'm not hiring her.
I mean,
she's a good-looking girl. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, you're already paying her $600. What did she possibly do?
No, you use a Speedo.
I'll Google her box. You know what? You beat me to the punch, buddy. Damn it! Yeah. You beat me to the punch.
Like, what did you do extra? Like, okay, cool. You cleaned your house, or you cleaned my house. You showed me your boobies. I'm already paying you $600. I might throw an extra 100 on that, but not $1,000.
$1,000.
That guy. That guy is the same guy who, when he was younger, would go to Hooters and tip, like he would get like a $5 sandwich, and then tip like $40 and write his phone number on the receipt and be like,
yeah, and then be like, yeah, she liked me. No, bitch, she works for tips. Yeah,
one of the clubs I used to.
I don't care if I'm Elon Musk rich. I'm not hiring a topless maid to do. I'm not hiring anybody topless.
One of the clubs I used to work in. This was several of the girls. They had guys that would come in and be like, "That's my girlfriend." I'm like, "No, she's not." No, dummy. What she does is you come in here and you drop $300, $400 every Friday. Not to mention the fact Saturday afternoon before her shift. Yeah, you take her shopping. So one guy did buy a girl a car. Bought her a brand new fucking, what was it, like a Lexus or BMW or something like that? Brand new.
I'm just saying.
I'm like,
boobs are wasted on women because I would be so rich if I was a chick. I'd have zero shame.
You would be the definition of a supervillain if you had boobs.
Right? Right? I'm like, hey, let me push the nuclear weapon button. I'll show you my boobs.
Yeah.
World ends. All my fun.
Yeah, no, but again, the girls that did it when I was bouncing, and even this girl here and the other girls that
she
do
was
it.
Bouncing.
The other girls, because she's not the only topless maid out there. I've heard stories and seen stuff before. Hey, you do your thing, man. You can do the OnlyFans.
Hey, you know what? I have more respect for her for being the topless maid than if she just had an OnlyFans. Because and here's why. On the internet, you're about as safe as you can get if you're going to show your naked body. But this chick's got the gumption to actually go to somebody's house and take their top off, where you don't know what.
We know this world is full of crazy people.
Yeah, I mean,
and in
Florida, it's Florida.
Yeah. And 2024, people like to let their crazy shine. They're not afraid to let their crazy be known.
Freak flag fly. Just saying. Yeah,
man. I mean, do your thing. I ain't mad at her for making killer money, but try not to kill your customers. That's bad for business.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. Yeah. I mean, obviously, she's willing to do. I'm curious to know how far she is willing to go with her customers for paying extra. Obviously, she's gonna give a guy a lap dance. Like I'm not saying
I don't think she's wearing shorts as well. Like she's wearing like a thong and that's it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say she's out there prostituting or anything, but how far are you willing to go?
But if you got the money, she got the honey. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's my question is, what did you do to earn that $1,000 tip?
Yeah, I've
and again, you could have
I'm not
the
biggest
snooch.
tipper in the world. I'm not the biggest tipper in the world, but $1,000?
I think I tip appropriately, accordingly when I go to dinner.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
$1,000.
I've never had a topless maid in my house, so I don't know how that works.
I know what I'm preaching. I'm gonna make a fortune selling those. I got one more story for you, and it comes with a picture.
Well, you can save it. We're gonna take a real quick break.
Yeah, understood.
We're gonna take a real quick break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Got some music here from my guy AJG. I love that dude. He was so much fun. I can't wait to do more stuff with him. Y'all go check him out. AJG. He's out there. He's got his new single out. Go check that out. Go blow that up. We've played it here on the show before, Knocking on Heaven's Door, featuring Jay Valor, which hopefully, if everything works out, he'll be on Glick's House of Music next Tuesday night. But here's AJG with Don't Matter. We'll be back.
Don't matter, it's been a long battle with myself, getting deep for ones that's so shallow. So many missed calls, you think the walls see my phone shatter. Hit many brick walls, I ain't a broke rapper. That's what happens when you this different. It's crazy how success will make them vindictive. Yeah, now they trying to catch the wave cause I've reinvented. I'd rather make these plays and just seen it steady. Call me what you want, but it's only just your projection. Guess me, you won't prosper, go ahead, you can form weapons. Listening to others is how you ignore blessings. Do it for yourself, they start asking you more questions. Hey, focus on yourself, focus on your growth. Moves are to be made, not to be made a post. Moves are to be made so you can make the most. Hey, moves are to be made, not to impress these hoes. I'm on to something, I can feel it now. Matador, miss me with the bull, I'm about to tip you count. Sleeping on me, shit you speaking on me, don't offend me now. Just look at them like anyhow. I put on homies as flow, I put them homies on pause. I even turn on some racks from all the stresses involved. I promise nothing but facts, or else it's nothing at all. Ain't worth my peace of mind, what makes you think that I'm stressing y'all? Hey, it don't matter what they say, yeah. They wasn't there when you were flat out on the pavement. I'm wondering if they would even call if you ain't never made nothing at all. It don't matter what they say. Notice they ain't even in your lane. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what they say. I've been broken, heartbroken, kept my faith and lost hope. Pictures painted dark strokes, but this life is art though. We can change the colors, we can find strength in each other. Maybe different end results if we stop hating each other. Yeah, kinda scary with a mind like this. Kinda scary to show love when it's times like this. Not knowing who to trust or what my life is. The biggest heart, but Lord knows the dirt I did. Hey, we all got our reasons, we all fighting demons, and nobody sees them. When no one believes you, when shit do deceive you, that's sin trying to reach you. But we all God's people, that's no cap. Don't let them touch on your passion, cause these haters worse than phone tapping. Lyrics hit like sticks and stones to the beat, the sounds of bones cracking. Hit the studio, make more magic, make sure your business good with no slacking. So I know those days, knowing your worth, working for low pay. Feel like you about to go crazy, just keep sharpening your blade. Pray for your goals, turn your goals to pray. Hey, I swear I know those days, knowing your worth, working for low pay. Feel like you about to go crazy, but ain't nobody paid your way. So do your thing, fuck what they say. Yeah, hey. It don't matter what they say, yeah. They wasn't there when you were flat out on the pavement. Or wondering if they would even call, if you ain't never made nothing at all. It don't matter what they say. Notice they ain't even in your lane. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what they say.
So I can watch Pokemon 9? Like you promised.
And welcome back to WTF News, everybody. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. He's got quite a few that I like.
That's a good song.
That was AJG again. Don't matter. You guys can check him out. He's literally everywhere at AJG_305. Mr. 305. The real Mr. 305. At the end of the day. Suck it, Pitbull. But welcome back to WTF News. What the fuck news? If it's in the news and it makes us say, what the fuck? We're going to talk about it. It is part of the Nonsensical Network. You can find all the shows on all them socials, bio.link/Nonsensical Network. And don't forget, we do have shows live Monday through Sunday right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and we are swimming the Rumble waters still currently.
Yeah.
But there's a hurricane brewing. Hurricane Glick has come to Rumble. Batten down the hatches, board up your windows.
Leave your kids outside.
Yeah. Oh, easy, Jeff. Calm down.
I'm just saying.
It was a little borderline creeper alert.
No, it's more like driving me crazy alert.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna jump back right back into the news. I know Jeff said he had one more here, and he's gonna.
Well, it's not. Well, I want you to. This isn't really a news story. This is something Brian sent me, and I'm 100% blaming Brian on this. There's a new kind of starfish out there, sir, and I need you to look at your screen because I'm going to show it to you, and I want you to tell me its name. This is and I have a reader to tell me what it's called.
I didn't have to look at my screen to see that.
It's a Corioster granulatus.
Because Brian sent me the same thing.
Yeah. Another reason not to go in the ocean. I'm just saying.
Brian, you should get back to sending me pics of your meat. All right.
Right?
5-dick starfish.
Yeah, it's a Coreoster granulus. And the only reason I know it's pronounced that way is because I have a text to speech that I had to copy and paste the name into. So I made sure I got it right.
It's a dickfish.
It's dickfish. It's another reason to keep your little happy ass on shore.
Graped by a starfish while scuba diving. Well, please stop going scuba diving. Yeah. Stop going scuba diving and shaking your booty.
It'll clean your house up.
It's
Just saying.
Yes, I am. It was starting to rain a little bit, and I looked at the radar, and I played a game of, do I chance it or not? And I was like, nope, not gonna chance it because my computer is already on the fritz, and I didn't want to lose my webcam or my ring light because as I'm starting,
if it starts, and let's be honest, when it rains in Ohio, it doesn't go plink, 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 plink. It goes all of it all at once. There is no how fast can I get this shit in the house, and I have the same problem here. So
I was like, I'll go back to the bedroom. Maybe I don't know. I've really been enjoying doing the show outside. So weather permitting, I think I'll be outside.
I loved it. I loved it when I did it.
It's nice out there. Hopefully I don't get too loud and drive my neighbors crazy, but if I do, well, it's my name. I run this block. This is my block. Breaking what the fuck news. A Sasquatch is on the loose in Newark. He's on a rampage. He
owns the neighborhood.
He has a belt. He must be the champ.
We have a quote from him. I run this bitch. Is his
King Kong ain't got shit on me. All you motherfuckers is catching cases.
24-hour lockdowns.
You thought the COVID lockdown was bad? This is a Glick lockdown. Nobody comes out.
He's a big dumb animal, folks.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? My neighbors are just like, oh, Glick's on a rampage again. Let's all play along. Oh no, we're sorry, champ.
Oh no, let's go inside and he'll go away. I did see a video on TikTok today. So Michelle and I at night we watch Try Not to Laugh videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we found a new one, and it was people that have learned to say no to drugs.
Nice.
And we watched 3 or 4 clips on it. And I was like, yeah, all right, this isn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. With the exception of one that was a big guy. I'm talking like 3 of you in my body. And he's walking down the street, having a conversation with himself in what looks like a decent neighborhood. And he's like, I'm assuming he had just gotten done with a fight with his woman, because he's walking out. He's like, yeah, she won't take out the trash. Here we go. And he just kept every like 10 feet, he'd look at the guy with the camera and go, here we go. And I laughed so hard. I was like, oh my God. It's like, there's a time when it's like, put the bottle down. Don't smoke whatever that is in your hand.
Yeah. Hey man, it happens. What are you gonna do? An update from last week's story. We talked about the young lady who decided to go to Target and get her some Starbies and spend $400 teaching them young. She drove herself 11 miles. There was, and I didn't grab it, but there was video footage from the dash cam of one of the police officers.
She is all over the place.
Again, shout out to the little girl. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was there was no car accident. She did hit a mailbox, but from the dash cam footage, this little girl looked like she was about 3 sheets to the wind driving because the car was just.
I will give her props. She did not cross the yellow line. But she was on a 2-lane blacktop, or she was on a 4-lane blacktop, and she stayed on her side of the yellow line. But those 2 lanes on her side, she took every inch of those. She was in the left lane and the right lane and back in the left. She couldn't make up her mind, but she made it all the way to Target.
Typical woman. Can't make up their mind.
But you know what I found funny is the cops didn't try to get her to pull over, which made sense to me in a little bit, because if they would have turned on their lights and sirens, it would have scared the shit out of her. And she didn't
also when you look at this dash cam footage, they had no idea it was an 8-year-old little girl. They were calling it as a reckless driver, this, that, and the other thing. Oh yeah, I heard you talking about this on Monday.
I've actually seen that movie. I saw it when it first came out. It's an excellent movie.
Yeah, thankfully nobody got hurt. Everybody's safe. The mailbox, unfortunately, was the only casualty. But yeah, she was looking like she was 3 sheets to the wind, just cruising along. Yeah, the cops had no idea it was an 8-year-old little girl. They were calling it as a reckless driver. And in that situation, you know, you take a lot of precautions. You're not going to hit the sirens. They just followed behind, and you know, and whatnot. This is just kind of I don't have a whole lot of details on this or anything like this.
And the dash cam footage is like less than a minute. They came up on her, and it looks like she's coming up around a right-hand turn, a slow right-hand turn. It's not like a 90 degrees or something, but she is literally on both sides of her side of the yellow line, but she's just kind of cruising. She's not speeding ish. Like I think she was doing like 25, 30, you know, and from the, you know, and being in an SUV, you can't see the driver anyways because of the back tinted window and all that. But like, if I would have known it was an 8-year-old kid, I'd be like, yeah, somebody's hammered.
Yeah.
Like, you hear the cops talking back and forth on the radio, like, yeah, let's do this with caution.
Yeah. This is kind of a flyby story. It just made me laugh. Apparently, a German warship on the River Thames in England or in London decided to play the Imperial March as they cruised through London. Now apparently they also did London Calling by the Clash.
Okay.
So apparently the captain is allowed to pick music when they're
they
blare it out of their
loudspeakers.
I just wouldn't know what to think if I was in London and you look out and see a German warship blaring the Imperial March. Okay, yeah, I got her message. I just haven't been able to respond back to her yet. But okay, thank you.
You know, so the Thames is wide as fuck, by the way. But it's a curvy fucker too. It's not straight. So they're doing this all the way through London. Yeah.
Apparently the warship's commander is a big Star Wars fan and an admirer of legendary musical scores of John Williams. And the embassy said in a statement, he chooses different Williams tunes whenever his ships is visiting foreign harbors. So it's like the Germans they're making, look, they're not all super serious guys. They're having a little fun.
it could have been worse. He could have picked something else, Valkyrie, and let's be honest, after being at sea for a while, I'm sure he's like, look, people, let's have some. It's kind of like the equivalent of when you buy a truck and you get one of those train horns.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent, you know.
Because well, it's kind of like my Bronco at one point in time. I had the air horn / PA system.
Right.
So I had, I could key up the mic and play music out of it, or we could start, hey, you asshole, with the turn signal on for the last 6 miles.
Turn or get the fuck off the road.
Yeah. But, so, and
we're on a bridge. I hope you do turn.
You've been doing 25 and a 55 for the last 6 miles with your turn signal on. Make the left turn off the bridge already. Just do it.
Fucking BMW drivers, I'm telling you.
In other reach around news, this is another reach around. Blaze and I talked about this. Blaze, hopefully you're still lurking around in the background there. We talked about the Unalive Yourself pod.
I saw this. Go ahead.
The Tesla, quote unquote Tesla of euthanasia. And if you go to our Instagram page or our Facebook page, the Nonsensical Network, you can actually see pictures of it when we did the story a few weeks back. So an immune compromised woman, 64 years old, uses the suicide pod. 64-year-old U.S. woman this week became the first person to use the suicide pod to end her life. And several people have now been detained in Switzerland over the death. Well, so the woman, the woman, a Midwesterner who was not named publicly, passed Monday afternoon in the portable 3D printed chamber called Sarco, short for sarcophagus, and dubbed the Tesla of euthanasia near Swiss-Germany border. I'll get actually while I'm thinking about it.
I was going to say I can get you a picture.
Yeah, I want to screenshot it for the socials. But it's really cool. I can kind of show you guys here. Actually, I discovered my camera. They put that thing right in the woods. It's got a see-through top.
Yeah.
So I mean, definitely, like put me out in the woods. I mean, got a nice view and everything like that.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Out of the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the cool thing about it, man. They could literally put it anywhere you want.
Well,
you want to go by the ocean?
Though, the funny thing is, yes, it functions, obviously, but it's not approved for sale.
Yeah, but in Switzerland, medical assisted unaliving is legal.
Is legal, yes, but this form is not yet legal. It hasn't been approved yet. That's why the people have been detained.
But
it does look like a tanning bed.
If you let me get to that, I'm getting to it. So it was right near the Swiss-German border, according to the Assisted Unaliving Group, external. She was given a chilling command by the morbid machine before she took her last breaths. If you want to pass, press this button, the machine said. So what it does, the woman suffered from severe immune compromise. The group said Switzerland is one of the few countries where foreigners can travel to legally end their lives through assisted unaliving, which must not involve a doctor, but can include outside help.
There it is in the woods.
But Swiss officials said the controversial pod, which floods its chambers with nitrogen, causing the user's oxygen levels to plummet to deadly levels, has not been approved for use yet. So basically, the nitrogen comes in. It's super peaceful. It's super. It's painless.
It's kind of
you're unconscious in a matter of seconds. I think I can't remember. They broke it all down when Blaze and I went over it. And then you can be buried in it. So they take it off of its. You kind of seen it's like a big cumbersome thing, but it comes off of that platform, and then it doubles as a coffin. Florian Willett, the co-president of Exit International Swiss affiliate, the last resort was only witness to the woman's death. which he describes as peaceful, fast, dignified. The organization says the incident supposedly took place near a forest cabin, and cops in northern Switzerland announced Tuesday that several people were taken into custody in connection with the death. Prosecutors are reportedly tipped off to the woman's unaliving by a law firm. The arrested individuals are under investigation for alleged incitement and accessory to unaliving. So that's what they're being charged with. So yeah, it's legal in Switzerland, but this pod has not been approved.
Right.
But it works. But it works.
Well, you got to test it somehow.
I mean, yeah.
But so you're saying it gave her an option to be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. So when Blaze and I talked about it, when you get inside, it's like voice operated and whatnot. And I guess from the article Blaze and I read, there's a series of questions, and then that final question is, are you essentially, are you sure?
You'd like to
and if you are, hit the button and rest easy, sweet prince.
Buy one. I'm gonna go out and buy one, but
you should totally try it out for the show.
I know I should test it to see if it works.
Yeah. Don't worry, I can bring you back to life.
You know. Here's the best thing. It's 3D printed. Another reason for me to buy a 3D printer. I can just print my own.
Can a ghost unalive themselves? Because you died months back in a terrible chupacabra attack.
True. This is true.
I resurrected the ghost of Jeff to still be on the show.
I am the AI of podcasting.
And then I AI'd talking shit after they died in their horrendous dolphin manatee molestation. Yeah, gang raping accident, so that they could still have a show.
No, but I mean, if you're gonna unalive yourself, this seems like the way to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's quick. It's painless. You're not suffering.
I'm not condoning. I'm not. And let's be honest.
And at the end of the
in order to meet the criteria of wanting to unalive yourself, you let uncurable disease is top of the list. You know, where you're gonna go through shit tons of pain before you die. This you'd be like, fuck it, I'm out. Where my option is like, I will Thelma and Louise this shit.
Yeah, and once it's approved and it does this, that, and the other thing, it's also an option to where you can be like, all right, I know this is what I want. I've got cancer. I've got this. I can't beat it. I don't want to be in pain anymore. I don't want to suffer anymore. Yeah, exactly. You can say your final goodbyes to your family once it's approved. I mean, I guess if your family wants to watch you do that, then they could probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they could.
But that's weird. Like, that's weird. But nonetheless, you're able to say your goodbyes. You're able to make peace with what you got to make. Yeah, you're able to make peace with whatever you got to make peace with. And then you go off into the woods somewhere, or they put it in front of the ocean, or wherever your happy place is. You climb inside, and then you push the button. And
hey, Glick, I'm gonna go unalive myself. You want to come watch?
Yeah,
I got nothing to do this weekend.
When are you doing it? I'm available Thursday and Friday. Outside of that, I got shows all week. I mean, I guess we could do a live one. Yeah, WTF. This would be a WTF news moment.
There you go.
Yeah, we can do it on Wednesday.
Give my last goodbyes, just a big old fuck you as I fall asleep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I personally, I mean, not that I'm an advocate of unaliving yourself or anything like that, but I mean,
agreed.
This
if you're gonna do, let's be honest, the traditional methods of unaliving yourself, this is the better option because you could literally be buried in the thing that you did it in.
Yeah,
there's little to no cleanup.
Probably none whatsoever. I mean, I guess they say when you die, your body just maybe they put a drain plug. Yeah, maybe they put a drain plug in there.
Well, yeah, but if you're getting buried in the machine, you it also.
Man, don't bury me. Don't. Oh, I don't know how much. I can't remember how much it costs. Please don't bury me in my my
In your
bodily
pod?
fluid release. No, don't leave my.
What? Because what? You're gonna be mad. The beauty
Yeah,
is
man.
you get a window. So as I'm
Yeah.
burying your body in your pod, I'm like, dummy.
Yeah, you shit and piss before you hit. Time out. I got to piss and take a shit. Can we?
Well, I think if you're gonna use this machine, I think that's something they're gonna warn you. Hey, do you want to be buried with your fluids, or take this diuretic before you get in, like a couple days before, so that you are empty.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Like with surgery.
I think there's a drain plug inside there, so they could just like uncork it, let everything flow out, and then
somebody bring a 1-inch drill bit. That's all I'm saying. Just bring a 1-inch or a 4-inch hole saw. Yeah. God.
I don't want the critters to get inside and eat me, man. I've got this big fancy pod. I'm keeping the critters out. Goddamn.
And the fact that it's 3D printable, it can be printed in biodegradable material.
Yeah.
I got thing last night about filaments.
I got one more. Yeah. I got one. Dude, they can bury you in trees or some shit like that now.
I saw that. I think I might have to change my cremation to that.
Oh no, you're definitely getting cremated.
But see, like when you die, I'm gonna bury you in a tree because you're Norse pagan, and then once the tree gets big enough, I'm gonna put in my will that when I die, your tree needs to be cut down and turned into Bibles.
Bibles, huh?
Yeah, because you're Norse pagan. So make him a King James Bible.
Yeah. I think that's going to work out too well. They just start bursting into flames. Lightning strikes them.
I did find and it's an article.
There you go. There you go, Blaze. Hip plastic coffin.
Yes, that way we can smoke you. We can all be at one happy last day. There is a new trend for the ultimate revenge. There is a new trend for the ultimate revenge.
What's that?
So, let's say you die. I can literally hire a homosexual man to come and cry, bawl, and give a eulogy at your funeral, saying that you are the greatest lover ever. That is the new ultimate petty trend. So when you die,
I don't think
dude to be like, I love Nicky. He fucked better than anybody on the planet. The dude was like a Dyson, never lost suction.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would be surprised. They'd be like, oh well, shocking.
Figures.
Yeah. Talked about it enough on his podcast.
Yeah. I saw that the other day and I was like, I got an idea.
Wow. Surprise, surprise. Said nobody ever.
That explains a lot. That's why he's always trying to meet Blaze behind the Walmart.
It's a rest stop, you fucker.
No. Sorry. Too fancy.
Yeah, get it right. You're just mad because we don't invite you.
I don't want to go. I'm good.
Yeah, that's what they all say when they're.
That's right. When you guys die in some weird accident, I'm gonna hire a homosexual dude to come home. Like they were like Dysons. They never lost suction.
Mm-hmm. Again,
and then no muss, no fuss is what I called them.
No
muss, and the other one was no fuss.
Yeah. I feel like rest stops are closer to my natural habitat.
Yeah.
And if I ever go to a Sasquatch rage and I murder Blaze, I mean we're already right there by the woods,
I have to remind myself. I'm going to set a reminder for myself next week. I found a series of last words spoken. by
Nice.
certain people. And if I can find the list, there's a couple of them, including the guy that took the picture of the Loch Ness Monster.
It was a fake.
Oh, he did. He basically said it was fake. He's like, we faked the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to eventually do a segment that's famous last words.
Nice. Let's roll into this real quick and get through a couple of. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a warning: NC-17 material, not for children's ears and not for those easily offended. It's Jeff and Blaze's favorite time of the night. No, wait, so this one?
I need to.
We don't have a NC. We don't have a warning label. Why don't you work
don't
on
worry,
that and
I'm
have
gonna,
it ready
I'm
for
gonna build that right now.
yeah. Parental warning. This is not for little ears. The next subject that we're going to go into, and not for those who are easily offended. It is Jeff and Blaze's favorite time of the night on Wednesday, and I think this says it all.
Penis. Penis.
What is this?
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it.
That goes perfectly along with penis. Penis first, really good.
Yeah. What the hell is this?
Penis into vagina gliding with lubricant much. Penis into vagina gliding.
I did not put that up there. I
did not put that up there.
I don't know where that one came from.
Rated N for nonsense. Yeah. No, not more It's time for the Dick Report. We have a new list this week from BuzzFeed. I say it every week. I love BuzzFeed, not because of their penis list, but because of BuzzFeed in general. It's a fantastic website that they do so many different lists and
they do have some good ones.
Reader interaction things. This just makes my life easy. So we've got a brand new list. It is 15 penis horror stories that'll make you want to vomit. Get a couple of them in here. This seems to be an ongoing thing, and I think that this should come with a warning label for future endeavors. Men, if you're dating a lady with braces, just be wary. Just be weary of certain activities. Robin. She looks like she might be like Swedish or some shit. I'm not even gonna butcher her last name or his last name. His last name.
Right.
Robin writes in, I once dated a girl who wore braces. She was giving me a BJ when we realized a small piece of wire had broken off and ripped a nice hole in my junk just beneath the tip. That was an unintentional pecker piercing.
No.
Again, gentlemen, PSA. Nothing against braces. Nothing against girls who have braces. I think older women that get braces later in life are freaking cute as hell.
Agreed.
I don't know what it is. But if you are dating a lady with braces, again, I repeat, be mindful and hesitant of certain activities because that is a lot of metal inside of their mouth.
And it's not dull metal, it's mildly sharp.
And this is probably the third or fourth story that we've done from BuzzFeed from 3 to 4 different people that involve braces in our nether regions. And I myself personally have a very nice. I see what you did there. I have a very strict no sharp objects near this region. I don't got a lot. Look, I'm not working with a lot already. I can't
agree.
have any accidents down there. Trim your views. I don't want to hang.
See, that's another thing. Like braces and pubes do not mix.
Yeah. Matt Upchuck writes in. Matt says, my best friend had an accident on a BMX, and the handlebar traveled up into the cavity behind the penis,
Daddy?
also known as your taint.
Daddy.
Yes, Jeff, I knew you were. I had to clarify that for you because I could see you were in a state of confusion.
No, I was like,
That
so
would
did
be
it go up his ass?
Well, the handlebar traveled up the cavity behind his penis, splitting his ball sack.
Daddy.
I'm out.
Daddy.
Hold on, but wait, there's more.
Oh, Jesus.
To make matters worse, once the doctors sewed his ball sack back up, it went septic.
Oh, you poor bastard.
He bent over to pick something up, and his ball sack split again, split back open, and a load of yellow, foul-smelling gore came out.
Yeah.
Needless to
At
say,
that point, I'm calling Sweden and ordering my death pod.
needless to say,
It's gonna be now.
yes, needless to say, he had to go back to the hospital.
Ooh. Yeah, we as kids when we would ride bikes, we've all been in that position where we land weird and we turn the handlebar and jump it in our gut and something. That's a force that is to be reckoned with. Like you're
I think at the point of re-tearing and slime coming out of it is the universe telling me that it's time to transition. Cut this sumbitch off. Yeah. Cut this sumbitch off.
Kids anyways, Doc.
Chop it down, split it, flip it, reverse it, turn it into a pocket, and give me some booze. I'm about to go clean houses for $1,600 a pop.
I think you got the better end of the deal.
Please said my testicles sold just through.
I agree. Like I'm gonna have trouble sleeping tonight.
We got the murder scene. John Paul writes in.
This just doesn't sound good at the start. Murder scene.
Yeah, and I'm not sure where he says, John Paul says, I ripped mine during sex. There was blood squirting out everywhere. My wife was freaking out at first because she was pregnant at the time and thought she needed to go to the hospital. It was like a murder scene. Blood on the walls, on the chest of drawers, landing, and bathroom floor. Like he ripped his penis in half, or
cut it. But what did he cut it on?
Yeah, and what are you doing? Like, was he just like running around the house, like just
is that like a what is it? What is he jumping off the high dive and trying to get it in?
Yeah, like as I'm saying, like he like pulled. It wasn't like in like one of the old '80s horror movies where like if you cut a limb off and you're just like and blood is like. So he's like running around.
I'm a water fountain.
Exactly. He's just like running around and he's just like he's got a.
Let's be honest.
Everywhere.
If you cut your penis, you're not going to sit still. You're going to.
Well, no. Well, I might pass out if I look down and I've got. If I look down and I've got blood like
squirting out,
just spraying out of my junk, I'm going to be like, "Yep, this is the end. Deuces. Yep. I had a good run."
I'm going to Sweden, everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does not. There's nothing here. So Jeff, John Paul. Ferritter on Facebook. We're gonna have to look him up and see if we can get an interview on the show. Last name is I'll put it
Spell it
in
for me?
the I'll put it in the private chat. I don't want to.
Thank you. Yeah, don't put him on
I don't
blast.
want to. I mean, well, it's already out there. Sorry,
We
John.
want somebody to scoop our story.
Yeah. That is your homework for this week. Find this guy and see if we can do an interview with him.
Hi, John. You don't know me, but I have so many questions for you.
Hey, John, you don't know me, but I want to talk about your penis. What?
I'm like the Jehovah Witness of penis. Are you prepared to talk about your penis?
Yeah. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of going on here. That it just I ripped mine during. Apparently, he ripped his penis. Also, be a great PSA for everybody else out there. How did you rip your penis? What were you doing? For the gentlemen out there that could be in danger of ripping their penis.
Yeah.
And the last one I'll do for tonight. Dustin writes in. Oh, we got his name in Facebook as well. Dustin writes in and he says, I caught a knee to the nuts during a football game. One coach asked if my nuts were still in my sack. When I reached into my pants, my nuts were gone. They had been hit back into my body. It hurt much worse pushing them back into the sack than I could have ever imagined.
Oh.
It was like literally one of those instances of I'll kick you so hard in the junk your balls will come out your mouth.
That dude knows the feeling. I'm just saying.
Oh man. Going to be a lot of stories that we're going to be feeling real bad for the
author. Wow.
And you really need a
Oh man, yeah, this is gonna get real disturbing, real. Not that it hasn't already gotten very disturbing, but ladies and gentlemen, we're only at the tip of the iceberg, and I just was kind of glancing at the next couple stories, and it gets worse. It gets worse.
Well, it actually, you were talking about the dude ripping his skin, called that. And it actually reminded me of a joke I heard today. And it kind of goes along with these stories. So this guy is at a pub, and he says, if you bring me the skin of any animal, you can blindfold me, and I can tell you what it is and what weapon was used to kill it. And the bartender's like, dude, you're full of shit. He says, go ahead, try me. So they blindfold the guy, and they bring in an animal skin, and he's feeling it, and he goes, it was a zebra, and it was killed by a spear. And they're like, holy shit, you're right. I'll give you a beer. He says, go ahead, try it again. And he says, this is a crocodile, and it was killed by a 30-06. He's like, oh my gosh, you're right. And this proceeds to go on for like 4 hours. And every time he gets one right, they give him a beer, and he drinks it. He wakes up the next morning in bed, and he's got a black eye. Face is all sore. And he turns over to his wife, and he says, I must have gotten in a fight last night. She says, no, I did that. He goes, well, why would you do that? She says, I don't know. You came in and says, it's a skunk, and it was killed by a hatchet.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I just thought of that when you were talking about the blood everywhere. I was like,
yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll round up.
What the fuck?
No, Jesus, just like you and sex, man. You are so quick to that'll round up the penis report.
Penis.
Yeah.
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it in your hand.
Is it weird that I find that one funny?
That was the funniest story. That was by far one of the funniest stories we ever did. And I love the fact that they were still friends, and he was the best man at their wedding. You know, is just to kind of reach around on that for any new viewers. We did it. We did one of the first stories that we did in this lovely segment of our show that has become oddly requested and seems to be a favorite amongst our listeners. It was a lesbian couple, and they invited their male friend in for a threesome one time, and the one lady had never been with a man. She was at what they call a gold star lesbian.
Yes.
Never been with a man, never touched a penis or anything like that. And she said out loud that Patrick quote from SpongeBob and did exactly that to it. Well, a couple years down the road, when her and her now wife got married, he was the best man at the wedding, stood up to give his best man speech, and the first thing he said was, "Everybody, please pick up your glasses and firmly grasp them."
Firmly grasp them into your hand.
Yes. But anywho, before Jeff blows his load prematurely again, thanks for listening, guys. Man, we're this is one of my. I say this about every show, but I love doing these shows, and I love that now we're doing these crazy news stories, and we're having fun with them, and there's a lot of stuff in the news, man. There's a lot of crazy. There's a lot of negativity and a lot of political bullshit in the news that I think we bring fun stories that at the end of the day makes you go, what the?
A little
lividity. What the fuck?
A little lividity into our lives.
Yeah, what the fuck? And laugh a little bit. But we do appreciate y'all being here, everybody in the chatters box. We've seen you guys tonight. As usual, you guys are an active little bunch. And everybody watching, staying quiet. We appreciate you guys being in the cheap seats, as they're called, there and hanging out and watching us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Tune in tomorrow for a brand new episode of Cash's Corner. And we're going to be talking a little bit of wrestling. And there's some crazy things that are going on. And I know he's eager to talk about them. And I'm definitely eager to sit down and talk to him. That's one of our favorite things to do as a father-son duo, is watch wrestling and talk about wrestling. So we'll be back up here tomorrow, probably around somewhere around the 5-6 o'clock area. We'll see. Probably be closer to 6. You fixed it. Nice.
Penis report.
Probably be closer to 6 because I'm gonna come home and go to the gym, and then we'll get back and get everything set up and get us all ready to rock and roll. See if we can do it outside tomorrow. Hopefully, it won't be raining. Yeah. But if you're not already, go ahead and check out the rest of the network. We got shows Monday through Sunday. Mondays is Men Care for Men. It's a men's mental health show. It's real talk. It's real conversations. It's pertaining our mental health and hopefully helping people out and letting people know that there's people out there that are going through something similar that you're going through, and you're not alone. And it's an open panel. We dropped the link in the chat, and any man who wants to come out, it is a open invitation to men that want to come on and take part in the conversation, and or if they got something on their chest or on their mind, they are welcome to come up and share. It is a safe place. We're doing our little part that we can to eliminate the stigma that is men's mental health. Tuesday nights is Glick's House of Music. I'm hanging out with artists, getting to know them, listening to some of their music. Shout out to my guest last night, Brody, all the way from New Zealand. It's official. Glick's House of Music is international. It is worldwide. It is an international program. So, much like Nonsensical
Network, I was going to say, Nonsensical Nonsense is like the number 5 comedy podcast in the American Republic.
I'm sure we've dropped a few spots over the years.
Or we've killed everybody else off. One of the two.
Yeah, that was a weird email to get that day.
Right?
Hey, that's awesome. I ain't mad at it. But no, that's That's Tuesday nights. This Tuesday night coming up, hopefully everything will work out. I'll have Mr. J Valor coming up, hanging out with me. You guys we have played a couple of his songs, but you probably know him best from here, from the AJG collaboration he did on Knocking on Heaven's Door. And Wednesdays is this show right here, What the Fuck News. Thursdays, every other Thursday is Cash's Corner. It is wrestling talk show. We talk WWE, everything WWE. I'm thinking about, and then there will be some Thursdays when Cash isn't here. And if I'm available, I'll be popping up onto Another Shot podcast, doing their sports show on Thursdays. And if I'm not on there on Thursdays, I think that's when I'm going to do my reviews and reactions to the artists that I have on. I'll come up and play their albums and give my honest reaction and honest reviews to them. That's just going to be a Glick's House of Music special thing that I do. Where are we at? Fridays. Fridays is, I don't know what the hell's going on Fridays.
So Friday,
somebody would have helped me out. What's going on Fridays?
So Fridays, well, Blaze is much like myself, having problems with finding guests and whatnot because of the genre. So what we've done is we created a show that is actually called Nonsense and Chill, where we react to movies. And it's kind of like a movie review podcast.
You guys just watch movies.
We watch movies and we talk about it. Like we did this week. We're doing the second half of Furiosa because it is a 3-hour fucking movie.
You guys are like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
A little bit, but
just not as cool. He'll never be as cool as that robot.
Never.
I mean, come on, the guy had a robot.
He had 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I love that show.
That show was awesome.
That show's hilarious.
Also, you guys will never be Elvira either.
No. But we are having we've been in discussions about we have a list. We have a list of movies that we want to review, and there's gonna be episodes where it's like Blaze has never seen or Jeff has never seen.
Yeah, I have not seen Furiosa yet, and I'm still up in the air if I want to watch it.
I was in the same boat. I was in the same boat, and we did it as spoiler free as possible. But yeah, I was the same way when I first watched Furiosa. But what pulled me in, of course, I have that weird thing for Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she's gorgeous, and I saw she was in it, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And I said, I'll just watch like the first 15 minutes, and then I'll go to bed. 4 o'clock in the morning when I finished the movie, I was like, that was a damn good movie.
Nice. Yeah, so that's what's going on Fridays. Saturdays is the flagship show of the network, if you will. It is nonsensical nonsense. It's unhinged, unapologetic. The lunatics take over the asylum. We do a little thing we call the open door challenge. Basically, we drop that chat or that link in the chat. And anybody that wants to come up and hang out with us, all you got to do is hit that link. We just have 2 things to ask you. 3 things. A, please turn your camera on. We'd like to see your beautiful faces.
Not your bottle.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Number two, please keep your pecker in your pants. Nobody wants to see it. And the newest rule, put your butthole away because nobody wants to see that either.
And wipe your ass.
Now wipe your ass. Bleach your ass. As Tony D says, wash your ass.
Did you wash your ass today?
And then we wrap the week up with unnecessary roughness. It is NFL talk. We make our picks and our predictions.
Oh yeah, there was. It was on Monday. It was on Monday.
It
was scary.
And we talk a little football. That is myself, Derek Wayne, former guest of Glick's House of Music. He is my co-host, and then we'll have pop-in with Cam and Rick. They'll be there when they can be there. They'll be regulars. Much like Monday, much like Saturdays, it's an open panel. So we do drop the link in the chat, and we invite anybody and everybody that wants to come up and talk a little football and make some picks to come on up. We've had Tony was on the first show for he came in, and Tony and I talked a little football. Well, we had Bathurst on and talked a little football with Michael Bathurst. So we've had fun doing the show. We're 3 weeks in, and we got week 4 coming up. Hopefully, I do better this week than I did last. And then again, another show that I have no idea what's going on with that's supposed to happen on Sundays.
Right
Jeff's
now,
Garage.
Jeff's Garage will be coming back. We were actually going to do it this Sunday, last Sunday, sorry. But I was seriously under the weather.
Yeah,
so,
I can only tell you guys the shows that I host, which is a good thing that 98% of the shows on the network is hosted by me. So I can tell you what's going on the shows that I host. The other shows, I have no fucking idea. Not my monkey, not my circus. It is what it is.
I get it.
But yeah, check us out. We are everywhere. We're on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Shows are live Monday through Sunday on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Rumble. And you can listen to us anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at. And I've been trying to do a pretty good job of getting shows posted the day after, within a day or two of them being aired, up onto the podcasting platforms so that you guys that listen to the replays can get them quick, fast, and in a hurry. And we're not too far behind. We're not talking week 3 and it's week 6 in the NFL.
Right.
So, but that's all at the Nonsensical Network, where you can simply go right on over to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. Got all them links there for you, including the links to our merch store. Yes, we do have merch, and got some shirts, some hoodies. It is hoodie season right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Get you some hoodies, get you some coffee mugs, get you some hats. We do have hats and all that fun jazz. Check it out. Let us know what you think. We will have stuff for each individual show down the road. Let us know if you want stuff from a particular show, and we'll get our head of merchandise, aka my fiance Nikki, to get to work on the creating. I help her out too, but see, that's one less thing on my plate. That is overflowing.
Technically, you added something, but whatever.
I've added lots of some things, but nonetheless. Anywho, we're gonna wrap the show.
Plates, it's definitely time to go. I'm hungry. I know you get ready.
I'm hungry
to eat,
as
right?
hell. Yeah, I'm hungry as hell. I literally came home from the gym and set everything up. So we got one more song and then we'll come back with our closing words, whatever the hell. This is my guy James Luker, man. This is my boy. He's blowing up, man. He's starting to catch a train. I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him. But this is off of his brand new album, Cut from This Cloth. This is called Moods. I love this fucking song too, man. I fucking love this song. And we'll be right back.
Joseph Will said, now remember, when things look bad, it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get me. I mean, plumb, mad dog me. Cause if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is. I'm always ready for live inside my hell. I'm not the path you should choose. I'm here to settle the score. There's no one else. My trigger finger has moves. Welcome to the darkness. I'm the darkest. Sleeping with the wolves. I'm a savage and the sharpest. Carve your name in a bullet cause I'm heartless. Yeah, I'm heartless. But I remember what you did. I promise you until I'm dead. I'm always ready for live inside my hell. I'm not the path you should choose. I'm here to settle the score. There's no one else. My shadows of defiance. No one else would do it, I was born for the violence. I'm feeling like a ghost and no one really knows. Before I gotta go to get back home. To get back home. But I remember what you did. I promise you until I'm dead. I'm always ready for war. Live inside my hell. I'm not the path you should choose. My trigger finger has moved. I'm here to settle the score. There's no one else. My trigger finger has moved. I'm always ready for war. My trigger finger has moved. I'm always ready for war. Live inside my hell. I'm not the path you should choose. My trigger finger has moved. I'm here to settle the score. There's no one else. My trigger finger has moved. My trigger finger has moved. I'm always ready for war.
I love that line. My trigger finger has moods. I love that fucking line, man. That shit fucking hits too. In my little factory stereo and my Equinox, dude, the fucking song slams. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. But now thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you guys. Cash and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new episode of Cash's Corner. Tune in if you're a wrestling fan. The other guys we won't see the rest of after that. You won't see the rest of the guys until Saturday.
Well, we should be posting Nonsense and Chill, the pre-record. And we will we got yelled at for not putting that it was pre-recorded because people were commenting and wondering why we weren't talking back to them.
Just
that'll
jump
go,
in the chat from time to time.
That's what I said.
Yeah, just jump in the chat from time to time and chat back. Jeff, you got anything to say before we
Wash
hit
your
the
ass.
road?
Wash your ass.
That's the news that made us say what the fuck this week. We'll see you next week. Go follow us. Go love us. Worship me.
Bye.
Be good or be good at it, motherfucker.